Good evening, everyone. Before we're going to start, I'm going to watch a small video, and we're going to discuss tonight. This entire course has to do with the topic of relationship. In general, relationships means a circle. We are creating circles in our lives. Beginning as we are born, we are creating a circle as children, first with our own parents. As we grow older, we create another circle with our siblings. As we grow older, we have friends. But then eventually we come to a new point in our life, which is called the beginning of our completeness in life. And that's where we start in a new circle, our spouses. That circle begins a new journey that, with our help and God's help together, it can generate a new family and many more circles. Each and every one is unique, different, and has a goal and purpose in coming here to this world. And each one's circle is different than the other. There is no circles alike. Although they all look similar to each other, but they are never exactly the same. It can be the same. We will soon study and understand why. As I mentioned before, as an introduction, there is many ways we can choose how to build our circles, how to build our relationships. We can, when Adam and Eve were created, it says Adam and Eve were created in heaven. Where is heaven? Heaven is not somewhere above. Heaven is here.
Great neck.
This world. Each person is different. It can be heaven in Great Neck, it can be hell in Great Neck. And in the beginning, Adam and Eve came to heaven. They messed up, and God told them, take a walk. You are on a new journey. It doesn't mean it's negative or bad. Perhaps there was a goal for them to walk out from heaven, to know what's on the other side. There's a famous story that is told about a man who comes up to heaven, and the man discovers there is two choices. There is heaven and there is Gehinnom, hell. So he negotiates with the angel and he says to the angel, which way do I go? He says, you want to try the hell first? He says, okay, let me try hell, why not? Enters to hell and he sees it's a whole party. Tables set up with beautiful food, delicious food. He says, this is hell. I wish to be there. And everything is wonderful and great. But they tell him there is one rule: you cannot eat with your hands. You have to use forks, knives, be polite here. But the only one problem is that every fork and knife and spoon is about 20 feet long. What happened? They started to beat up each other and killing each other. By the end, he walks out and says, enough, I had with this hell. Let me go to heaven. And then he comes to heaven, and the angel lets him in. Here, look, and he sees the same thing. Food, everything set up beautifully, delicious. It's beautiful. Looks like hell. And here too they say you're not allowed to touch anything. You have to use forks, knife, and he sees that here in this world, that heaven is the same problem. The forks and knives and spoons are all 20 feet long. This is what's going to be. It's going to be another hell here. And as the sign is given, you can now enjoy the food. Each one takes the spoon or fork and they feed the person across. And he opens up his mouth and he's eating anything he wishes. Ah, now I get it. What is the difference between hell and heaven? Hell, I care about myself. I turn everything to hell. Heaven is when I care about somebody else, everything turns to heaven. It is up to us whether we are going to heaven or, God forbid, the opposite. It's nobody else we can blame or claim that it's their fault. Person can be in hell, as to say, but if they decide to turn hell to heaven, they just begin thinking about what can I do for another person, and automatically they turn hell back to heaven. So we have a lot of power in our hands. We are able to utilize this beautiful universe that God created and find how can we improve our lives. Since we're going to improve our lives, begins with relationships. But before we have a relationship, we have to first define who is I? Who am I? Before I can have a relationship with you, I have to know who am I. If I don't know who am I, how can I have a relationship with you? There's a famous saying of the Kotzker Rabbi. He says, if I am I because you of you, then I am not I and you are not you. But if I am I because I am I and you are you because you are you, then I am I and you are you. Now we can work together. If my personality depends who are you, and I have no self-confidence whatsoever, then I am not I and you are not you. If you begin to understand that first you have to realize who am I, then you can begin understand that there is a you and how can I relate with you. And that's where the focus is. The focus is to identify the I first. If a person cannot identify the I, they can never have a healthy relationship with anyone. And that relationship begins to understand as we are children, and as we grow older and we become mature, then we get married, then we have our own families. This I can be modified. But this essence, the goal of this I, is the focus of life. In a business term, those who are in the business life, it's called a mission statement, right? Anyone knows what is a mission statement. When you build a business, let's say you have an idea that you want to have a business. You work 9 to 5, it's so hard, you want to turn to become your own boss. But you need an investor. So before you go to an investor, you have to prepare a plan of action, a business plan. You come to the investor and say, what do you want to do? He says, well, I want to sell everything to everybody. Do you think this business will be successful? Obviously, you understand. If you are not focused and you are not realizing where you're going to make a difference, your business will not fly anywhere. And that's where the first step is a mission statement of life. If a person is not capable to create a self-mission statement, they can never understand somebody else, they can never build a relationship. Let's watch a video first.